They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get the strike. And guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split 'em. LTN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops, Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. I got all those shit, nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze, leave a nigga bleeding. Y'all know what the fuck going on around here, nigga.
Sorry about that, boy. It took me a little minute to get everything going. Like, I didn't know me coming on StreamYard from another account. I had to download my song on here and all that shit. So, it took a little minute. But yeah, I'm glad everybody came through. First night of my life is like a movie. Shout out to my nigga, All Things, peace and blessings to you in the building. Salute the beautiful Queen 2 Cent Boxing in here, the beautiful Queen Arena. What's good with you, Queen? And always my guy Brian the King Falcon in the building. Salute. So let me go ahead and say this now on this channel right here, right? Like, everybody used to tell me, like, my life was like a movie. Like, I'm living like a movie star and everything. And, like, one thing I can say, I've done shit in my life that most people would never do. I've had money in my life that most people have never had. I done probably smashed more females in a year than some niggas have ever smashed in their whole life or even count to smash. You feel what I'm saying? And hell, I've done did more time in my life than most people have too. Hell, I've done did over 16 years of my life in prison. Well, not 16, about 14. Between 14 and 16. I gotta count it up, but I done did time. And I'm 42. All right. And see, on this channel, I'm gonna go through like different days. I give you different stories and shit that went down, right? So I guess today, dude told me he wanted some street shit. So I had a couple people say they wanted street shit because I said I either give you a prison story or a street story. So I'm gonna go to this one right here. And this one right here, this was the drought of 2012. And see, a lot of people, if you're not in the streets, you don't know what these years like this do, like 2012, 2008, 2004, 2000, like 2016, 2020, 2024. Like, if you a hustler, then you know what that means right there. Like, these election years. And usually on election years, it's hard as hell to get your hand on product because they got the border shut down. Everybody's trying to get their work off. Everybody's trying to lock the shit down. Like, it's hard to get stuff in there, right? And so me and my boys, we've been eating good, but then like the beginning of 2012, and my son, my baby boy Jalen, he's 11 now. He was conceived in 2012. He was conceived around February. Yep. No. Yeah, I think he was conceived in 2012. But anyway, this is how I get down, right? Well, he was conceived at the end of 2012, the very beginning of 2013, because he was born in October. All right. So we had been hustling. We had been hustling. I had just came home from my violation in 2010, right? So my wife had just came back up from Georgia because she went back down to stay with her mom in Georgia. Came and locked my ass back up in 2009. Cause see, I came home in '08. I came home beginning of '08. I violated my federal parole when I came home, and it took them a year to catch me. And when they caught me, I had to do the rest of my time. And while I was doing my time, my wife moved back down to Noonan, Georgia with her mother. So she was staying with her mother. So when I came home I came home September of 2010. And when I came home, I was in no position to take care of no kids or nothing like that. So, I had to get my finances straight and everything. And I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't like when I first came home because, my cousin, he was having legal problems at this time. The feds had picked his ass up and everything. He had got caught. With his the nigga name was Yacht. He was the leader of Yacht Music Group. With his wife or his girlfriend got caught with 20 keys coming from Virginia. And then they set my cousin up with a conspiracy to buy 10 keys and caught him with $100,000. So my cousin was already fucked up right there. And Yacht set him up. So anybody that know Yacht, yeah, it was Yacht. He did it. I ain't tripping. But Yacht set the man up, right? So, I'm maintaining everything. So, like with 2012 get here, I got a damn plug in. Rest in peace to my nigga Juice. My nigga Juice, he was a real one. My nigga Juice was killed 2018 at this bar called BJ's. It was a burger joint called BJ's. This white guy shot him in the head when he was breaking up a fight. Like he had stopped doing everything. He bought a barbershop and everything. He was out the way and still got took out. And like one thing about me, anything I tell y'all is factual. Anybody that know me will tell you, or you can look up the dates, you can look up everything. I'm not up here. One thing about me, I'm a real one. I'm not up here trying to lie for likes or nothing like this. I keep it 100. And this is going to be a 100 channel right here where people keep the shit 100. And that's what I'm going to do. But, so it's 2012. Now, my wife is not up here yet. So, me, I'm thinking, okay, look, the best thing to do, I'm staying in the hood. Like, my Aunt Linda, she stay in the hood. Now, she ain't really my Aunt Linda, but we call her Aunt Linda because she stayed 2 houses up from my grandma. And, I grew up right there. So she was renting me out the little basement down there. And, my homeboy Gutter, Bugatti. Well, Gutter is CC, and then you got Bugatti, who's Boo Man. And you got his brother Pooh. All three of them was brothers. So we was all hustling. And we used to do licks together as well. Like we would get it, come up out the mud and go down together. Like we was the 4 heartbeats. You feel me? Like if you see the 4 heartbeats, your heartbeats start quicking because we was coming to smash some shit. Like I ain't gonna lie, at one point we had robbed the city twice. The whole city. Everybody knew what we was on. We was on some savage type shit. And we was young, we was dumb, we was reckless, and we didn't care. But then everybody got happy because we said, fuck it, we're going to start back hustling. And so we started hustling everything because we started doing shit because the coke price was out of this world. Before I got locked up, in 2000, you can get a goddamn whole one for 16, 17. When I came home, they was charging $1,300 for a zip. A fucking zip. 1 ounce was $1,300. They was talking about 30. for a whole thing. 30, but sometimes 40. And the fucked up shit about it, the product wasn't even that clean. It wasn't even clean like it used to be. Like the product had been smacked a little bit. Like back in the day, you could straight drop that motherfucker and you come back with extra. You straight drop this thing right here, the isotone and everything that's on it, you gonna lose product in the water. Water get cloudy as hell, you start losing type of product and shit. So it was hard around that time. So 2012 came in. Shit started getting hard out there. But I had a little plug and everything, and he was plugged in. So I'm making my plays and everything, making my sales. And this is when my phone started going crazy because everybody in the city was out at one point. But I'm gonna get to that. So like around the summer of 2012, the drought is hitting hard. It's hitting hard 2012. Ain't nobody hardly having shit, right? Motherfuckers that found some coke, they was trying to hold on to it, wasn't trying to sell nobody shit. And then when they was, like, motherfuckers was selling bullshit ass hard. Like, motherfuckers was charging $3.50 for a quarter, like $6.50 for a half. They was charging $1,300 for a zip of already done up. Like, some shit that's already cooked up. They charged $13 for it. That's how bad it had got. It had gotten so bad at one point where motherfuckers was charging $200 a ball. And motherfuckers wasn't trying to let more than a ball go because motherfuckers was going out of damn town just to go grab a half a elbow or something like that. Like my homegirl, she had a little nigga in Greensboro that had some shit. And he big block salute, homie. And he was charging like 14 for the clean. One thing about that damn clean right there that he had, I mean, it was decent, but you couldn't straight drop it. You had to whip that thing because if you straight dropped it on a zip, you probably might lose about 8 grams off that shit. You straight drop it, 28, you come back with 20. But it was a drought. And one thing about me, I always say, look, as good as your shit is, you have small pieces. So I would still get it. I would still straight drop my shit. And I would piece everything down. I wasn't selling no weight at the time. So I would go ahead and get a zip. I would straight drop that zip. Lose about 8 grams. But look, I was making $1.50 off a gram because I was selling .1s for 20. Like I was selling my 20s was .1 because it had gotten so bad out there. Motherfuckers was water whipping the dope, or they was whipping the dope up. They even started selling Young Scooter. And Young Scooter, that's that fake shit. Motherfuckers was out here selling yams. They was selling fake dope out here and everything. So when you finally got some shit was cut so damn much that if they recooked the shit, it'll come back to a pebble. So I was giving them motherfuckers a blast from the past. I was giving them straight drizzy. But like I said, I was charging 20 for 10s. I was charging 20 for dimes. Fuck it. Straight drop. And motherfuckers was buying it. I started getting all types of clientele. So, motherfuckers was out here selling trash because it was hard to get shit. But motherfuckers were coming all around town because they were like, okay, they got straight drop over here on Old Greensboro Road. So we started getting in there. And then my little Greensboro connect, he done fell out. But this around the time we found out about Water Whip. I had my homeboy Juice, and I had been rocking with Juice, and by the grace of God, me and Juice was rocking tight at the time. And Juice had a Migo plug, and his Migo plug kept us right the whole fucking drought. But the way Juice used to do it, he wouldn't sell me no clean. But what he would do, he would bring me a 4.5, already done up. It'll be already done up, but he'll bring me 4.5, right? And I used to have to pay him $3,500. Now this is 4.5 ounces already cooked. And Juice, he was the first person I seen do the Water Whip. That motherfucker take 1.5 ounces and cook up 4.5 Water Whip. And one thing about that shit, I had to keep that shit in plastic because if that shit dry out, then you gonna be fucked up. But he was keeping it going. So I was buying the cookies from him. And you know, in the cookie, you use 4.5. So it'll have 4 ounces of that water whip, and you know, the bottom of the cup. It was about like a 14 grams at the bottom of the cup that was just straight drop. I would keep that for my good customers and everything. But since it wasn't shit out there, you know, I was selling him that. I was selling the shit out there. You know, I would get rid of a 4.5 in pieces in a day because it was nothing in the city. And then my homeboys that's from the hood with me, they used to come to me. I was charging them two a ball because I wasn't trying to sell no weight. But they were like, Social, we got some plays, man. Come on, Social, man. We got to make some plays. So I was looking out for them, you know, letting them make their plays and everything. So then I finally told Juice, look, bro, I still pay you what you asking for because he was throwing it to me. But look, try not to stretch it as much. You feel what I'm saying? I still pay you for the 4.5, but instead you bring me 4.5, bro, just bring me 3 and you not stretch it as much. So he started doing that. I started making more money. So, you know, shit coming in, I'm getting all types of sales. And like the city is dry. I mean, niggas is out here selling young scooter. The shit dry as hell. Like, this is no lie. On my kids, I had about 150 sales on my phone. Like, my shit used to go dumb. And then at one point, I would get rid of a 9-piece in pieces a day. A 9-piece. The Drought was so fucking heavy. And his water whip was crazy. And he would never sell me no clean, though. I wanted to get the clean, but he wouldn't do it. And then, but see, then Juice ended up fucking with other niggas from my hood, and he started trapping out our hood. He was from the north side, but you know, I had the east side on lock. I was Mr. East Winston, but Juice was from the north side. But you know, I guess them north side boys, they had the plug, so Juice was plugging it in. And so after the election, you know, it started to open up and shit. But niggas was robbing everything during the drought. They was doing all types of shit. And right then, I brought my wife and kid and my daughter back up right before Thanksgiving of 2012. And I had got a new spot because the drought had been great for me. Like, this is no lie. From down the summer to November, I probably made about 50 bands like profit. Enough to get us a place, furnish that bad boy. I stopped living over there in the trap because I stayed in the trap. But one thing about me, I was eating oodles and noodles, stayed in the trap, wasn't spending my bread or nothing. You know, just re-up, put the money up. You know, I was focused, bro. And see, that's the thing about if you trying to make that bread. A lot of people don't realize when you on that grind, bro, you got to get in that mindset. You can't spend shit. See, a lot of niggas can make money, but they can't keep the money because they don't know how to save. They trying to splurge and spend. That's all well and good once you done made that shit, but a lot of people don't understand that shit. And see, I had a couple heads working for me. They used to do shit like, and then when my wife got up here and my daughter, you know, so we got the house furnished, and then we used to have the heads used to come. I used to let them hold my car because they used to go boosting and shit. Like my wife, I had this one dude. He used to go steal about 6 or 7 bags out the mall, like Gucci, Versace, Prada. He used to always grab. My wife had about 50 Michael Kors bags. Had Michael Kors, Donna Karen, motherfucking Coach, um, everything. Like it was crazy though. But see, one thing about that drought made me like that drought is what set me up to go on a great run. Because once I got the numbers in my phone, you know, when the shit started back rolling, I had developed a clientele with them. And you know, I had stopped robbing and now I'm back hustling. So my clientele was crazy. My phone used to go crazy. I had what they call $1 million phone. Like I would sit at home all day playing Gods of War on the PS. It was Gods of War, Gods of War 3. That was my favorite game. Used to battle niggas online playing that Gods of War. That shit was crazy, dog. And motherfuckers used to pull up at the trap. I had my pit bulls inside the fence. My female Zaz, she was a red-nosed yellow John. And I had a boy dog named Blue. He was a Fawn Jocko. Motherfuckers was killers though. Motherfuckers that end up poisoning my dog. Gave her an antifreeze hot dog because she was a grand champion. But what I was gonna say, when that damn drought hit, A lot of niggas that was on top, like they went to the bottom. They went to the bottom. And see, like around the end of 2012, shit done changed. And my homeboy had came home and he had a little plug on that tar, on that China as well. So then that's when I started fucking with that as well. And then that was a whole different type of money. Like when I started fucking with that shit, I really just left the crack and cocaine alone because like the shit that you can make off that China, it ain't even worth fucking with that other shit. Like that dog food bringing a whole different ball game, and it got a whole different type of time to it. But after my wife got up here, like around February 2013, she got pregnant with my son. We was out there partying, we was spending money and everything. This time right here, this was my homeboy, and this is what's fucked up. When they say money change you, it don't. It just changed the people around you, right? So like my homeboy C Gutter, now, that was my nigga, dog. Like we used to pull licks together. We got in shootout together. Like man, this nigga actually got in a shootout together where we almost died. And I'm explaining this one time, right? Like we got in there and we hit the nigga with the tech. The nigga had a Saudi. Well, I'm gonna tell that for another day. But like this nigga, he used to love to be so fucking flashy. And I used to get on him. I used to be like, Gutter, chill out. He changed his name to A1. So he changed his name to A1, but then he got another baby mama and shit. Bitch that drove a Charger. And see, one thing about Gutter, he was so fucking flashy, but he didn't have the funds. So he knew I was up, and he knew he was my nigga, and if I had it, he had it. So my wife was getting tired of the shit because he would come over and he would like, yo, so front me a ball, right? And see, it still was kind of a drought at the time, so I give it to him. I just be like, look, bro, just bring me a $1.25 back, cause you my nigga. Nigga pay me like 80 on the shit, and then give me an excuse why he can't pay the rest. And like he kept doing that shit, and then he expected, since he was my homeboy, that the shit was okay, that I was supposed to keep taking a loss. And see, one thing about it, your girl will tell you shit and you don't really listen to it because you don't really see it like that. But she was saying like your nigga using you, he feel entitled. And see, me and him came up together. He had the same chances I did, but he didn't keep that mentality. He was too busy chasing them females instead of locking down, locking in, and getting his bread together, right? So that right there, we had a situation with that, and then he was always beefing with them girls, and then them girls, he used to always be with a gang of them. So he always spending his money and shit. So he sitting there spending his money, and then he was staying in their houses trying to play stepdaddy to other kids and shit, knowing he still got a baby mama and a kid as well, like his junior, but he ain't even messing with her. And what's crazy, because his baby mama, our other homeboy used to go down in the hood and knock his baby mama down, which was some trifling shit. And that was my nigga Rio de Janeiro, but that's another story as well. Like niggas, right? One thing I found out, people that don't live that street life, right? They are actually happy and they can actually trust their friends. One thing I know about niggas in the street, you can call a nigga your brother, your homeboy, and anything. But if your girl look or wink at them, they gonna try to smack your girl now. They gonna try to smash it. I've done seen it. And if you getting money, that girl gonna try to holler at you. Cause I've had a couple of my homeboys girls try to throw that ass, but I wasn't never that type of nigga, dog. Like I was raised different. Like loyalty was my shit, dog. And I couldn't see myself fucking behind one of my homeboys anyway, dog. That's just what me. But the nigga Gutter, his baby mama, this girl pregnant, she already got kids, and she put the nigga on blast talking about how he just a stunner and all he do is fuck her money up and shit and all this shit. And this shit's crazy. My wife getting mad. She telling me to cut the nigga off. But me being a real nigga and a friend, I can't cut the nigga off, even though I know the nigga just fucking up the paper. And it had got so much because around 2013, shit was good. We was gravy. My nigga Rio de Janeiro got the plug. The plug had some clean in. Like, it's past election season. Shit back open. And Gutter, he was so busy trying to make the quick cash. Rio had just got a block from the Migo. This nigga Gutter, he's selling the damn zips of clean for the lowest price ever, not realizing all Rio got is a block. So Gutter trying to sell everybody ounces of clean, and he's selling the shit for 1,100. Like nigga, because Rio was charging him 1,000 for it. So this nigga would make 9, 10 sales just to make a quick $1,000, and then a week later, ain't no more coke, and he's sitting there looking stupid. Like I used to tell him, like nigga, you hustle backwards, dog. You hustle backwards. But see, it's a learning experience. Like a lot of times, you never know what's going down until you know. And see, at that time, me and my uncle, we decided to put up a liquor house. We put up a liquor house right there at the corner of the hood where we could sit there and chill. You know, I could trap out that thing. Plus, the liquor house used to bring in money. All the dope boys used to want to come up there and chill. And then my homie Big Tracy, he was up in there and he used to cook in the liquor house. And see, Big Trace was an old school gangster that used to, you know, he hustles and everything, but, you know, he made good money selling the food out of the damn liquor house and shit. And plus, we had boosters. They go get anything you want, like all the meats and shit like that. So it ain't no cost on the food and everything. But, you know, when he cooked, like he cooked the wings and shit, like just say like he sell 10 orders of wings. That's $100 right there. Or he sell the hot dogs or the steaks and shit. Like he used to make a couple hundred a night at the liquor house. And then, you know, at the liquor house, we had $2 shots and $5 shots. So it was caking in that motherfucker. Hell, I even brought strippers to the damn liquor house and shit. Like we had that shit booming. And like that shit, you know, and it was a good place to trap out of too. Like it had a back door going to the back street where I used to trap at Buick Street. So, you know, motherfucker, I tell them to meet me down there in the corner. So, you know, I go out the back door, walk down around the corner, and make my motherfucking plays and shit. So, you know, it was a nice little setup that we had until shit started getting hard and shit. But everything fucked up, right? When my son was going to be born. This was around September of 2013. And I told my wife I'm not trying to move that far away from the hood because, you know, all my product is there. And, you know, that's where all my plays is at. But she moved me way out to Kernersville. So I used to have to drive 30 fucking minutes to get to the hood so I could trap. Now, I was staying in the hood. I mean, we had a nice house in the hood, but I was staying in the hood. So, you know, my store was open 24 hours a day. Motherfucker hit me at 4 in the morning. I'm right there. But see where I was at now, like a motherfucker, when they ready to get hot, they not about to wait 30 minutes for you to get all the way down there and shit. And, you know, motherfucker get tired, so I'm not just trying to sit out there in the hood all fucking night. So, you know, I started losing money. I started losing money because I couldn't make the plays. So I started letting my homeboy make some of my sales down there. And see, you could try to turn a nigga on and turn them into some shit, but then niggas so grimy, they'll try to give your sales they number and tell them to come straight through them. I'm just like, damn, my nigga, I'm giving you the play. Now you trying to steal the play and everything? But shit, that shit was alright though, because all you gotta do is just give out more and see niggas can't and see you can't compete with the plug, dog. Like motherfuckers don't realize that sometimes it ain't a competition when you can't compete. You feel me? But yeah. So like I said, I started messing with the dog food. This before the pink got rapid. And we had some motherfuckers that used to get off that food. But when we first started getting it, it was a hell of a price on it. That shit was kind of expensive. But then the shit that we had, it was some brown. It was like some brown china that motherfucker was strong as shit. And we realized, well, we could stretch the hell out of this shit. So we started buying bottles of isotol and, you know, mixing that shit up. Then get the tar and hit that tar with it. You could turn a goddamn half a block into a whole one. And see, right then, you know, zip 2 bands. So, you know, that's 72 bands off gate. And don't say if you break it down. But it was just like the opium epidemic hit the damn city in a rush at 2013. Like, Everybody was on that shit. And see, the fucked up shit about it, all my homeboys were scared to sell that shit. So it was like I was in a lane by myself. I was in a lane by myself for like 2 years until motherfuckers actually started seeing how much money I was actually making on that shit. When they seen the damn cars I was whipping and what my wife was driving, they seen how much money I was actually making. And then the motherfuckers, they said, fuck that crack game, bro. Everybody started selling fent. Now everybody in the city sell that shit now. But I was an innovator. But see, that was my fault because I got the big head too. I started making so much motherfucking money. I started going to the strip club and letting that shit fly every damn weekend. Motherfuckers called me a damn superstar, called me a hero. I was contributing to a lot of girls' college educations. You feel me? Like motherfuckers was going to college off me, bro. Like real talk. And then at that time right there, shit started getting unruly and shit. And you try to figure out how I can say this without motherfucking damn indicting myself and shit. Let me see. Well, we had a motherfucker, right? Motherfucker used to steal and shit, right? And used to get high and shit, but act like they didn't, right? So motherfuckers used to get the sticky fingers a lot. And motherfucker ended up picking up some shit that they thought was some dope, right? And we watched that motherfucker die in front of us because that motherfucker ended up snorting some shit that it wasn't dope. Like, I guess somebody scraped some battery acid and put that shit in the heroin and dropped the package. Because this motherfucker right here, she used to always take people's shit and thought she was damn slick with it. So somebody ended up sitting down a package of boy, and she ended up cuffing that shit. And like all of a sudden, like you could see this foam, this red foam start trickling out both of her fucking nose and shit, dog. After she sniffed it like a couple times, it was just like a foamy, pinkish red shit coming out her nose. And then the bitch started convulsing. And like the shit was steady coming out. And it was like when you got dish detergent in a cup. But like that shit was like pink foam coming out of her motherfucking nose and shit, dog. Like her name was Sandra. But like I said, they said that she ended up snorting battery acid. And the battery acid like literally ate her brain up when she snorted that shit and killed her. And they said that was a painful death. Like the EMT said, that's one of the worst ways to go right there. So motherfucker ended up setting her up because they got tired of her stealing and ended up dropping the package. But you can't really say that because didn't nobody tell her to pick the shit up. She ended up picking that shit up, and that shit ended up killing her ass. For real. And right around that time, we also had a situation. It was a little nigga named Hakeem. He used to sell shit on the other side, but he came down in our hood, and this nigga was drunk as hell, and he was talking shit. So a couple of young niggas ended up hopping on that nigga, whooping that nigga ass, and they whooped his ass. They took his bracelet and his watch. Both of them worth about 10 bands. And they took his rings and shit. So we down there, it's my homie Big Tracy daughter's birthday. They having a cookout. And we all down there chilling in a hole. Like it's a hole down there. Because if you pull up Old Greensboro Road in City View, you'll see how it's a big half a moon circle. Like you can go down one side and you can go through the whole neighborhood of City View, and then you just come back out on the next street. Like it's one street called Chandler that goes down and it comes all the way around in the inside. Now it got branches, but you can do a whole half circle for like a half a mile and it'll come back out by the funeral home. So like it's a big half a moon and everything. So that way right there, you can do that. So one thing about it, right? Motherfuckers was getting money. And dude got his ass whooped. So they came back in like 3 cars. It was Hakeem, a nigga named E-Joy, and some other nigga. And a nigga E-Joy had just came home from prison from a murder sentence. He was locked up with my homeboy Destiny Thompson. You can look the names up. Destiny Thompson. Destiny Thompson was locked up for killing his cousin Solomon at the Millennium Center. The fucked up shit about it, they would have never caught him, but JoJo McCullough, who's E-Joy, his name is E-Joy McCullough. The police called him a hero because if he didn't snitch, then Ray Ray wouldn't have got locked up. This man gave them all the statements and got Ray Ray 15 to 19 years, while JoJo McCullough, aka E-Joy, only got 8 years. And so, E-Joy got 8 years for that body. So they came through the hood with guns out, threatening everybody, talking about where the necklace at, where the chains at, and the rings and everything. So my nigga Stacks, the one that got that song Blow It that y'all be hearing, he ran up the street to my car to go get my tech out the trunk. And I had that 40 on me. So he ran to get that. And Big Tracy walked up to the top of the hill and went and got that stick. He had that damn chopper over there, that K. So he had that chopper. So they was bouncing around threatening people until they seen us with that damn artillery pointed at them. They were like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like them niggas' whole attitude changed and shit. And like motherfuckers sat there and talked it out and they was talking about they want their rings and shit back. Niggas talking about those attacks for coming over here with that dumb shit. And that shit was crazy. So we let their ass leave because when you come in, it's one way in, one way out. You in the hole. Like you in that motherfucking hole, boy. But we ended up getting a shootout in the hole a couple of days later, but that's a different story. But what I was telling you is the man didn't get his shit back. They ended up selling the man's shit, making about $6,000-$7,000 off his jewelry altogether, which was crazy because he was over there drunk and starting shit. One thing about the little niggas over there, they will fuck a nigga up just to put in work and get them stripes. Like that shit crazy. But that's a little bit for the story time today. I'm going to keep it going. Probably again tomorrow. I'm going to touch on something else. Like I said, my life is a movie. I got a lot of shit to go over. But, I just wanted to tell y'all, this one right here was just about the drought in 2012 and how shit got going. So, like, if you want to let me know what you want me to talk about tomorrow's story, just let me know. I ain't got no problems, because we're going to end up going through my whole life on this channel. So y'all just let me know what y'all want to hear about. And, I don't mind telling y'all the story. And I appreciate everybody that came through to show me love on my inaugural live stream on this channel. But like I said, I'm going to keep this shit blowing. You feel free to share it or whatever. But peace and bless to all of y'all that came through today. I hope y'all enjoyed the story, bro. Like, everything I told you was facts. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. I don't know what it's like being speaker time, but like I said, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed y'all. So, it's after 12. Peace and bless to all y'all. And I'm going to catch you on the next one.
Y'all nigga keep talking about you want smoke. You can't catch me on social media, man. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fight. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke. which I got it for. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason.